this is Jo from Maths Tutor Me. Today we're doing whole numbers and we're going to learn about order of operations. Now there is some steps here which order the things that you have to calculate first. So calculate the following in order, okay? So the first thing you calculate are things that are in brackets, okay? They must be completed first. Second, powers are completed. Third, multiplication and division calculated working from left to right. And fourth is the addition and subtraction working from left to right. Okay, so we're going to use that to calculate these problems here today, all without a calculator. So let's have a look at question number 1. Use order of operations to find. Number 1, 50 minus 4 times 8. Now there's no brackets, so no number 1. Number 2 was powers, there's no powers. Number 3 was multiplication and division. There is a multiplier, so that's the first thing that we need to do. So underneath, you always work down when working on problems. So I'm not going to do this subtraction, so the 50 is going to stay here, but we're going to do the multiplication. So 4 times 8 is 32. So we're going to write minus 32. Now that's done, the last step is to do addition and subtraction. So last of all, we do the subtraction. In our heads, we could do the counting on methods. We go 32, we could jump to 42, and then we'd need another 8. So that would give us 18 when we subtract those numbers. All right, let's try again for question 2. This time we do have brackets, so they must be done first. 12 plus 18. Well, the 2 and the 8 makes a 10. We have another 10 here and another 10 here. So altogether that's 30. All right, we write everything else down that we haven't done yet. So the divide by 10 and the plus 6. Next, there's no powers. So 3, we're going on to multiplication and division. Well, this time we have a division. So that's the next step. 30 divided by 10 goes 3 times. And the plus 6, we're going to just write that afterwards. Then down the next step, we're on to addition and subtraction. So now we can do the addition. 3 plus 6 is 9. All right, question 3. There's no brackets there. So first of all, we need to work out multiplication and division. That's the first things that we have. Multiplication and division across this top line here. So we can work left to right because there is 2 of them. The first one on the left side, 6 times 2 is 12. Then we have a plus sign, which we're going to save for later. And now we can do the divide sign. 18 divided by 6 goes 3 times. Okay, on the bottom, we're going to save that subtraction for later for the next line. Fourth step, addition and subtraction. So let's work those out, the addition now. 12 plus 3 is 15, and 7 minus 2 is 5. So when you have a fraction, it's important that you simplify everything as much as you can first, and then you can do the division that is a fraction. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. Question 4. In each fraction, we want to simplify it as much as we can first. So we have multiplication and division signs in here. So let's start over here. 3 times 7 is 21. The plus 6 we'll save for the next line. And 15 minus 12 we'll save for the next line. We'll save the addition and subtraction for the second line. Plus, now the second fraction. 49 divided by 7 goes 7 times, these 7 times tables, 7 sevens are 49. And we still want to times that by 2, so we'll do that on the next line. 18 divided by 9, that goes twice. Okay, simplifying further. In this fraction, all we have is additions that are left here. So let's do those now. 21 plus 6 is 27. And on the bottom, we have a subtraction. 15 minus 12 is 3. Second fraction, 7 times 2 is 14. over 2. Okay, so now that we have no more add, subtract, multiply, divide signs in our fractions, we can now divide these numbers. 27 divided by 3 goes 9 times, and 14 divided by 2 is 7. Adding those together, 9 plus 7 is 16. Okay, so I just have 3 questions for you today to practice. I find that it's very important to practice the setting out that I've just been showing you. Often people struggle with that, showing the lines of working. So please practice that as you do these questions now. So pause the video, give these 3 questions a go, and then restart to see the answers. Okay, so for question 1, we want to start with the brackets. 54 minus 9 will be 45. And then we'll write the divide by 5 there. Next step, we will do the divide. 45 divided by 5 is 9. Question 2. Okay, the first thing to be done in this question is going to be the divide. So we're going to leave the 16 and the plus. So these are the 2 numbers that are involved in the divide. 30 divided by 6 goes 5 times. And then we have a subtraction, so we'll leave minus 12 here. So on the next line, we just have addition and subtraction here. So we can just do those going left to right across the line. So 16 plus 5 makes 21. Then we want to subtract 12. Well, we can take off 10, would give us 11. And then we need to take off 2, which will give us 9. Okay. Question 3. Working out or simplifying the fractions first so that we don't have any addition, subtractions or multiplies in our fractions here. So on this first fraction, we just have addition and subtraction, so we can do all those together. 26 plus 5 will make 31. Minus 4 will make 27 divided by 9 or over 9. Then for the second fraction, 47 plus 81. Well, adding the 10s together, 80 plus 40 will give us 120. So 1, 2. And then the ones, we have a 7 plus a 1, which will make an 8. 128. Okay, so on the bottom, 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, now we want to simplify those fractions further by dividing these numbers. 27 divided by 9 goes 3 times. Now, 128 divided by 8. Maybe you don't know your 8 timetables that high, so if that's the case, you can always do a little divide out here on the side. 128 divided by 8. 1 we can't divide by 8, so we'll take the first 2 digits here. 12 divided by 8. Well, 1, there'd be 1 8 in that. And a remainder of 4. 48 now divided by 8 is 6. So that goes 16 times. Okay, 3 plus 16 is 19. Okay, we're going to be doing more lessons on division coming up soon. All right, so that's the end of our lesson for today on order operations. Join me next time for some estimation. See you then.